Hello and welcome back to our Unfiltered Mumiverse.
We're Chris
and Jules, and we are again very glad that you are with us here.
Yes. Today we're sharing our stories about raising kids in a multicultural family. Different languages, traditions, and parenting styles.
It's not always easy, but there's a lot of great moments and funny stories.
Let's say that it's really a journey to blend everything together and create one culture in our family, right?
Yeah, blending two in one.
Okay, so let's start.
Yeah.
Okay. So myself, I'm Spanish. My husband is Romanian, and our kids. My first kid actually was born in Ireland, which can be like now Spanish, but he always have the chance to be like Romanian or Irish once he decide his passport, like. And then my girl is Spanish as well. So with us, like we always thought that the language is going to be a barrier, right? So while we were living in Ireland, we were thinking, like very little, we thought about talking in English with baby, right?
Okay.
But then we thought like our parents, like our families, they are not gonna understand them. So we thought, okay, let's do like I speak to my kids in Spanish. My husband speak to them in Romanian. In between me and my husband speak in English.
A second language.
And in the school, they speak Catalan.
Okay.
So it's gonna be like a
mix of everything.
A bit mixed up. Until a while ago, we could speak, as you say, in English as our secret language. They wouldn't understand, even though they're watching cartoons in English since they were small. And now he understands. I say something to my husband in English, he will say the same thing in Spanish to me.
Okay. So you have to be careful now.
Yeah, or if he missed something in the sentence, he will say one word. What are you talking about this word in Spanish?
Okay.
You know? But the girl, it's smaller. She's almost 3. And she just speaks Catalan. Little bit of Spanish and Catalan. And I think like she understands my husband, but she doesn't want to repeat anything he says.
Not yet, probably. Yeah.
He does like, like, and my husband's like, but just say it. And like, she doesn't want to.
I think she will later on, because for us, I'm from Poland. My husband is Kenyan. And so he speaks 3 languages, which one of it is English. And our family language is English. And I didn't speak to my child in Polish since she was born. I was pushed by my family, I should, but I was like, I feel like our dynamic is just 3 of us all the time. It's easier for us just to speak in English so everyone can understand.
It's nicer, like,
yeah.
Otherwise, your husband is not going to understand what you're saying.
Yeah, he's going to kind of feel left out. I was reading to her in Polish the books, and I was singing Polish songs. And of course, whenever she's with my parents, they speak to her in Polish. So until she was around 3, like your daughter will be, she understood Polish, but she didn't speak much. But now she started, and like there is no coming back. Sometimes she doesn't know 100% how to express herself in Polish, like your son in English,
in Romanian,
or in Romanian. But she tries, and she can understand it.
But my son, like, he doesn't even try to speak in English.
Okay.
He understands the English,
but he
won't say anything in English. He speaks Romanian to my husband, but like it's difficult for him to express himself, So he says something, and then, but he has a very good thing. Like when my husband corrects him, he repeats the correction, till he's saying it properly.
Okay.
So, it's great, and he learns even faster. But for us, I don't know when your kids started talking. But for us, it was like we were a bit worried because everybody was saying like 2 years they should be like saying some words or talking a bit, and we were like, okay, maybe because we are talking to him like there are 4 languages in his head, like maybe he needs to put them in order first. Then he was 2 years and a half, and he started saying some words in Romanian, just in Romanian, some words just in Spanish, and some words just in Catalan.
Okay, so he makes the 3.
So we had to explain at the crash that when he was saying that, he meant water.
Okay.
Because water, he was just saying it in Romanian.
And what's water in Romanian?
Because it's apa.
Okay.
Right? It was easier for him than say agua or to make any other sound.
It's like my daughter says in Polish, water, voda.
Like it's whatever is easier for them or more comfortable, maybe. They feel more comfortable asking for that in another language. So we had to tell them because like they didn't know what he said. And right now we have like the same word in Spanish can have like totally different meaning than in Romanian. Like when he says to my mom like like a bota, right? For them in Romanian it's a stick.
Okay.
And here's a shoe, like it's a boot.
Okay.
It's nothing to do with it. Like he wants to go in the forest to look for botas, and my mom's, what are you talking?
True.
Or when my husband is explaining them a story, they get the name of the story, but just in Romanian. And my mom is like, I don't understand what he's saying.
But for them, the main language is Spanish and Catalan, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say Spanish because it's the one like I talk more with them. But Nora, since she started school when she was 1, and she had like Catalan all the time, she speaks more Catalan.
Okay.
And what shocks me that I found my kids talking in between them Catalan at home when he never spoke Catalan, just with the teachers. I think he's a bit shy.
And now with his sister.
Yeah.
For us, Zoe started the crash when she was 1, and till she was 2.5, she didn't speak any German because we don't speak German at home, only English. So she started speaking English first. Then she had some words in Polish and German. She really started to speak when she turned 3. She just came home from the kindergarten and she started speaking.
From 2.5 to 3, I saw like a huge change
development. Yeah.
And this one and my small one, my youngest one, is there now. It's in between 2.5 and 3. And some days like she talks so much, and like she's trying to because this and that, she's trying to make sense,
sentence,
but like it doesn't, because in there like it goes like a McQueen or a Sonic or something like that. Nothing to do, but she put it there and she like like.
So she might start speaking Romanian soon. Like, she understands.
I don't know, but she doesn't even try.
But she will like mine with Polish, I think. She started when she was somewhere there when Nora is now.
Let's see. But
also like she came from kindergarten one day, started speaking German, and then it took her like hour or so to switch to English. And we're like, okay. So we kind of learning from her as well, German.
But for us, like, it's very curious how like they can be talking to me in Spanish and he will turn to his father and talk to him in Romanian. Like
it's so easy for them, right?
For him, it was difficult to understand that when we went to Romania, he didn't know in which language he had to address to people.
Okay.
He was a bit lost, because he doesn't see them often. So he saw my nephews and he was talking with them in Spanish, and my nephew came to me like in English, because like he was in Ireland as well in the school till he was 8. So he has a very good level of English. Right? And he came to me and I was like, can you please tell him to stop speaking to me in Spanish because I don't understand what he's saying, Like, he's a bit lost in that way. But after 4 or 5 days we've been there, like he was
got it,
talking
yeah.
a lot more. Like
It's the same for my daughter. We went for 2 weeks to Poland, and she was like,
they catch up so
and she
fast.
knew, like with my parents, she spoke Polish, and at that 2 weeks time, I only used Polish, so she catch up so much. And when we came home to Germany, she was like using Polish for the first few days, and then she had to switch again to
And
English.
it's sometimes
Yeah. But it's amazing, like sometimes she's correcting us, our German, like, no, mommy, you don't say that this way, you're gonna say that way. And I heard from the teacher, like, she has proper German accent, and we never taught her any German, so she just learned that from the school.
It's amazing
is.
it's amazing how they learn, like how fast they learn as well.
Yeah.
And then like when they are talking, like my husband is like, "Is that Catalan? Is it Spanish?" You know, like.
Which one
Is it right? Is he saying it right? Like, should I use it? Like, or like you need to correct him? Like, you know. And now he is correcting himself with the Spanish because you know there are some verbs like he's not doing them like properly. The answer is like, don't say that. Like you say it in this way, and now he's correcting himself.
I think they're gonna have a big advantage in the future, knowing so
Huge.
many languages and their mind, their brain being so plastic, like to
They
adjust.
say like it's gonna be easier for them if they want to learn. So
Yeah.
at some point, they want to learn another language.
Definitely.
It's nice.
What about the religion?
It's a tough thing. Well, let's say that, of course, my husband is a Romanian. They're Orthodox. I'm Spanish. I don't really like kind of
Atheist?
put myself anywhere in there. I believe like we all need to believe there is something, like you know. But yeah, let's say I'm Catholic. So we wanted, like when we got engaged, we say, okay, let's make a wedding, let's get married by the church. And it's like, and now what? Like we do Orthodox,
Yeah.
or what are we doing here? And we say like, okay, since your mom, your family is the one like that, you know, closer to the church, let's do the Orthodox. But then it was a big issue, like you need like a letter, you need permission from the papa, like to get married and not convert. Because like honestly, I thought there's no point to convert to another religion if like
you don't
I don't really believe
yeah.
in mine. Like why, you know? So we had to make a letter, like I don't know, like very like complex letter, explaining why we wanted to get married by the church and like why we needed to get married, like stuff like that. And then the priest was like, it's okay, but like whenever you have kids, like you should have to baptize them by the Orthodox.
Okay.
Yeah, we're like, okay, like
We say
We
okay
can work-
to anything just to
we can work
get
it
married.
out.
Yeah.
We can work it out. Let's say, like right now, my kids are not baptized.
Same here.
Any of them. We can say it was like we had excuse about COVID for the first one, not for the second one. No. Because you couldn't do like celebrations with many group of people and stuff like that, and we just left it. We were like in a different country as well. There was like no fair from the other side of the family to do it in there, and they couldn't attend. And with the wedding, we bring our closer family members from both countries there in Dublin, and it was great. It worked great, even though like they had their own language. Like my part of the family, they just speak Spanish, and their part, his part, they were just speaking Romanian. So see, they were talking through with phones, translators, and
They
then the
found a
alcohol
way.
did the rest, you know. But they enjoy. Like we were suffering, like how this is gonna be, you know. Someone is gonna feel like left aside.
The alcohol.
Yeah, the alcohol.
Made it easier.
Alcohol, music, and that's
Yeah,
it.
there you go.
Everybody dancing with everybody. Like, it was great, So that's the religion we are there. Like, we still didn't baptize them, and we decided like we're gonna let them choose.
Yeah, same
Once
here.
they're big enough, like.
Yeah. We are both raised Catholic, so it makes it easier. But also we were asked by my husband's family, like, when we're gonna baptize our daughter. But the same, like, how to do it, my family is in Poland, his family is in Kenya, and it's not fair for any of the family to miss out. And we came to conclusion it's easier and better to let our daughter choose one day, because I feel like I was baptized by the choice of my parents, but not my own choice. So it's more like a tradition, just like it's not nothing to do with belief nowadays. I think
It's kind of to follow the steps.
Yeah,
right.
That's the thing to do.
To do the right thing.
Yeah. So we are there, like, our daughter is not baptized. Of course, if we would like, anytime we are in Kenya, they are ready to go with the baptism. But we decide, okay, let's just, now she's older, like, let it to be her choice.
First time I went to Romania, that my kid was 1 year old. Like, everybody was like, "Oh, but since you're here, like, you could do the baptize." Like, I mean, like, no, like, we came here for a few days. I'm not gonna arrange anything, and my family is not here.
Mm-hmm.
Even a few days before. Oh, maybe then you come. We rent a space and we do that. No, it's something that we as her parents have to organize.
Yeah.
Or on this side.
And it's good that you both and we both on the same page. If one of the spouses would be like, no, I need to do it for my family, that would make it more difficult and complex.
Yeah, but for my husband, like, it's just his mom, the one who is really following the church, let's say, right? The rest, like, maybe they used to go to church, all of them, and they were living under the same roof, because she was saying it, like, we have to go. And even though, like, his father wasn't going, he was staying home and he was in charge of making lunch. He has to do some in exchange. But for Christmas, they had to be there, for like Easter, they had to be there, And still now, like, his sister goes, like, time to time, because now she lives there beside her mom. So maybe as well, like, she feels like she has to go somehow, being there and, like, going with her. But for us, like, it's different story. I don't know. It could be as well, like, when you lose someone very close in your family, like in my case with my father, when I was like 12, 13, it's gonna you lose. Maybe you didn't believe, but you lose a bit your faith. Doesn't matter in what.
It's not
right?
as strong as it was. Like,
you think, like, how this can be right, right? How can, if there is someone there, how he or she can allow this to happen?
Yeah.
So you question yourself, like, a lot, and maybe you think differently than a regular family.
Yeah, and I believe if our families would be both sides at the same country, we would probably baptize our children, like, sooner or later. It would be easier. It was like, okay, let's just do it for the sake of doing it. But in that case, it's like, okay, let's not do it because we don't want to offend any of the sides. And it's just too much hassle to bring them together.
In things like in here lately, they were doing the baptize, but like for the family to meet the kid.
Okay.
Let's say, because
so there's nothing to do with
here,
the baptism.
No, because in here you just like get the family all together when you go like baptize, weddings, funerals, like, when there is that moment to go in the church. Otherwise, like, we don't go to the church on a Sunday morning.
Yeah. Yeah, my husband's family is very much religious, and I respect that. And normally, like, it's not like I wouldn't care to baptize our child there, but I feel like my parents would feel left out.
It's not fair. It's not fair to them.
Yeah. But, well,
Well, they need to understand.
our kids can grow and decide for themselves.
They can choose in which country they want to be baptized.
Which language they want to speak.
They can have too many choices.
That's good.
We didn't have that many.
No. It's one country, one language, and that's it.
We didn't have that many. I had 2 languages, Spanish and Catalan.
Okay, I want to say something about parenting styles. Okay?
Okay.
Because me and my husband, we are totally different in terms of parenting. He is very, okay, I've Googled it. He's very permissive, meaning not many rules, very patient, more freedom, more like a friend, very like warm. And I'm like the bad cop. I'm like rules.
Someone has to do it. No?
Yeah, in general, I don't have a patience, okay? People without the patience shouldn't be a parent, but that's another topic.
Don't judge, okay? We're not here to judge.
Well, somebody needs to be that bad cop, And I think in some way we kind of balance each other.
If you want to have a balanced kid, you have to have it.
Yeah. But nowadays, I notice my husband is more like, okay, I have to tell her stop and don't do that because she's like getting older. And at some point, she will not listen at all. So he's now learning the hard way, When I told him like, don't let her do that. Oh, she's just a child, but not anymore. Okay, she is still a child, but she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, she does.
What about in your case?
They are too smart.
Yeah,
I am as like, I have, or I think I have, or I had a lot of patience. Okay. That with the second one, like it goes like many days. I'm like, I can't take it anymore. And I say it some other times, 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. I'm like, I can't take it. I'll go back to sleep. Like, I drop them in the school. I'm like, I go to bed. It's too much. But yeah, I'm the one who corrects them all the time, because my husband, it's not like I will say, I Google them as well. And I cannot put him in one of them.
Okay.
Because it's like, it really depends
on the day.
Of how tired he is. And if he is on the phone with his family, and then it's like totally permissive. Like kids jumping on the sofa and he won't say anything because, my parents want to see them. And I'm like, yeah, but like they are kids. They know about rules, but they don't understand that they can do this today, but not tomorrow.
Yeah.
We need to show them. Yeah. And it's true, like when I know they're doing something wrong and telling them, you don't do that. And I might punish them in a way, like sending them to the room or to sit a bit and like think about what they did. Not to her because she's still too small, but to him. But then I'm always explaining him why I'm like sending him to his room, or why I took that away from you. Because I told you 3 times, if you don't listen, I'm going to take it. And my husband said like, oh, you are very permissive. Like, you don't tell them anything. Like, you let them do whatever they want. And I'm like, okay, like you see me 2 hours a day with them. So, you know what it is? But they are tired after school. I am tired after work.
Yeah.
And you need to choose your battles. Like I cannot be saying no to everything because they will be in the room forever. And now with 2, you cannot send them both to the same room. Punish because they play with the pillows. They hit each other with the pillows.
I think I'm more similar to your husband in terms of the patience and like losing it, like short fuse. And you are more like my husband.
Yeah, but what my husband does as well that I don't like is like she scream at them if they do something like it's pretty shit what they did. It's just like, go to your room now, like, but he doesn't go and or tell them like, you go to your room because you did this. No, you just scream at them, send them to the room.
I have the three times rule. Okay, I say 3 times. If you didn't hear me first, second, or third time, and then that's it. Like,
but I'm trying to be, because now like everything is like a very, how to say, like nice parenting and stuff, like respectful.
where
have
that
to
respectful brings you.
You have to go on the same high and talk with the kids, like and ask please and like all that. Okay, I think like a lot of it's bullshit. Okay, I try my kids with respect, but they're still kids. Like you cannot talk them as an adult.
True.
I'm like, can you do this, please? Pick up that, please. Pick it up. And if you don't pick it up, like,
that's it.
I come out with the broom, like that goes in the bin. And like, no. I pick it up, But
like, I was raised in a kind of very strict way, and that reflects my parenting style. And my husband also was raised in a strict way, but he said like, I don't want to raise my daughter that way. That's why I'm so more soft.
okay.
And
he went to the
daddy's
other.
girl. Yeah,
he went to the other side.
yeah,
the other extreme.
exactly. And he's like, you know how you were when you were a child and how you felt. Why you want her to feel the same way? But I understand his way of thinking. Like, he doesn't want her to feel the same way as we felt as a children, being raised in a very strict way. But you cannot let her to jump on your head.
Okay, but I have to say, because I have two, I can compare. And when it's a boy and a girl, we don't treat them the same way. Right? And our husbands are not treating them the same way. Because if they're girls,
yeah, they are daddy's girls.
They can do everything they want.
Well, I cannot compare how it would be with the boy, but he has a very close relationship with his nephew, one of the nephews, and he's the same. Like, very loving, caring, and patient. So I think it's just the way he is. But yeah, I don't know.
But listen, we have a boy who is like, he's so sweet, he's so kind, He was not anymore. He was very quiet and calm kid till the girl came.
Okay, yeah.
Right? The girl came, like,
changed everything.
Blow everything away, and he has to defend himself. So he changed. Of course he changed. But she is a troublemaker. She's the one looking for him, like provoking him, and then he goes like, what he
but
can
it's
do.
always that way. You have a younger brother, and I'm the youngest one in my family, so.
But I always had that doubt, like, is because I am the oldest one? It's because I am the girl, So if they're fighting, my husband will scream at my boy.
Okay. And the girl, she goes free.
He will send him straight to the room. You stop, go in the room. And he won't say anything to her. And if it's me, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch myself next time, And if I am in the same situation, I will blame her.
Okay.
I won't say anything to him. If I see like they're just fighting, if it's very clear that he's the one, like, I'll tell him. But if we don't know for sure, because she's very dramatic as well, like, he touches her and you don't really know if he really hurt her or not.
Or
How was it?
Drama.
And I'm telling her, you don't have to hit your brother, like, give him a hug, stuff like that. I'm not sending her to the room yet, But he goes by herself when she's too stressed, so fine.
I need a break from you people.
Yeah, I'm going. But yeah, like, I think we react. I always hear about that. Like, you go to the opposite sex, like your kids, right?
Well, I have just one.
I remember when I was a kid, we were home after dinner, before going to sleep. We had a bit of screen time, all family together, right? I remember we had 2 sofas, and my mom was in the one like just in front of the TV. My brother was with her. And my father was lying down in the other one, like in the L, let's say, looking at the screen. And I was like in between his leg with the pillow, I was staying with him. I have that memory, and that is like, it's kind of what we have. Maybe not yet, because the girl right now, it's very attached to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I see him when I go pick him up to school, or when I'm wearing a dress, and he will come to me and will say, "Mama, you look beautiful."
Aww.
And he's like, "Oh my God, he's so sweet."
Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Like we are putting them to sleep and go to sleep, and he's like, "Mommy, I love you." I'm like, "Okay, go to sleep now."
That's so sweet.
Yeah, he's very sweet.
Yeah, no, our daughter is definitely daddy's girl. She has a moment that is just mama, but usually when she's sick, then I'm the nice one. But I've noticed that she behaves totally different when I'm just with her, without my husband. She's like more calm and listening, Like I don't have a trouble with her. Once my husband comes, she's like freedom. I can do whatever I want. I don't have to listen to mommy anymore. Like totally opposite.
That happened to me as well. When we go out on the street, if I go just with both of them, now they behave like I can go with them like no problem.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes my husband comes as well. Like we are walking on the street and they're already fighting, like walking, like pushing each other, or like, and it's like it's very different.
Yeah.
And even when we are all home, like as well, like they behave differently.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's on the phone, like forget it, because they go nuts.
Yeah.
Jumping on the sofa and like.
True.
They just want to show off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like that usually. The main differences between your two countries or cultures, because they are not so different, but there are some differences, right?
I would say that it's pretty much different.
Pretty much different, really?
Yeah. Well, maybe not in the way like we were raised in the same way that, the women was taking care of everybody else in the house.
Mm-hmm.
The father or the grandfather was the first one getting the food on the table.
Mm-hmm.
I remember with my grandpa, my father's side, they were like 6 siblings. So it's a big table with the couples and the kids. Like we were lots of us. And my grandpa was the first one getting the food. Then my grandma was doing everybody else. She was sitting in the other side, of course, beside the kitchen, like to be
close to the
handy. And then when she was sitting to it, my grandpa was finished. Like, "Oh, can I have the second one?" And she was like, "Yeah, sure." Then was again the same. When she sit, like, "Oh, can I have the dessert or the coffee?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Like she wasn't eating.
She was more into like serving than.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my husband had that in there as well. It was more about like if you were a woman, you needed to be proud of taking care of the house and taking care of your kids, taking care of your husband.
Okay.
It's your duty, and you have to do like amazing, right? So, and I remember at the beginning when we started, when I met his mom. I met her in Dublin because since he was visiting his sister that was there with the kids. Well, one kid back then. And like she was coming, and then she was amazed, or I had the feeling she was amazed because I was working and then I was doing the house, and like I was cooking sometimes, like, because in there, like, they were not working, but she was working, as well. It's just like, I don't know what they have in mind. Like, once they have kids, the
main role is to stay at home and take care of the family.
To work, it's kind of secondary. Like, you can work or not, Right now, it's not like that. I know, like, he has, like, his cousins, like, they work and then they take care of the house and they have kids,
Yeah.
But I don't know. Even like that with my husband, it's like I was telling him, like, when we started, like, he was cooking, he was cleaning without telling him or anything, and he was like, yeah, because we were knowing each other, right?
He was making a good impression.
He was showing off. Yeah. How good can I be, you know? And then we got married, and I was asking him, can you do that? Can you do that?
No,
And then he was
it's your
like,
job now.
oh my God. And like, we got married, and I have to be the one doing stuff. Like, she's not doing everything, you know? Because they're teach like that.
Yeah, same for my husband. Like the culture was more like the man goes to work and the women taking care of the household. Even though my husband's mom, she was working. She had 8 kids, okay? That's a lot.
Oh my God.
But it's also different culture because they have like a house help. They have a lot of help, so
Yeah.
she could work. But like my husband told me like, oh my God, if my father knows that I'm changing diapers, that I'm doing that or this, like, yeah, but it's different here. Like in my house, like from where I'm from, my dad was like also cooking, baking, like he was sharing the duties with my mom, even though he was the mainly working
Provider.
person. Yeah.
No, for them, like, I think like in Romania, they put a lot of pressure on the man on the house, because he has to provide.
Yeah.
So my husband, like, so when we moved here to Spain, like, it was very difficult for him. He didn't have the language. He didn't have like the papers to work. He was getting stressed because he couldn't provide, you know? So we had to use our savings. Like, you know, no one else was giving us money. No one was supporting us,
Yeah.
you know? We stayed at my mom's till we find a place, you know? But still, we were paying everything from our savings. But like, he couldn't take that. So,
Of
and
course, it's
even
a
now when he
huge-
doesn't have job for a couple of days, he starts stressing.
Of course, like it's his in mind. It's in his
He
mind.
has to do
Yeah.
it.
It's same for my husband. Like for him, it's natural that he is the one who is providing, and if I don't work, that's okay. If I work, fine. But that's his duty, and he's responsible to provide for our family, and if he can, to provide for his family back home. Like that's the way that they were raised. Okay, which is
Yeah.
a little bit different from.
But listen, I have to
My
say as
side.
well, like, in my home, I remember my dad was doing nothing at home. Nothing
Okay.
at all.
So he
Zero.
was the provider, and
That's it. He was going to work. He used to have it was a very hard job, like doing roads, like you have all the heat from the asphalt, and you know, it's Spain, like in summertime, it reaches like very hot temperatures, like, you know, so he was coming home very tired. All right, but the weekends, you know?
yeah, weekends
So-
are for both of parents.
No. So I remember he was coming home, he was kissing us, like, you know, to say hello. Then he was going for a shower. My mom was getting ready dinner, the table. He was sitting at the table. We were sitting and eat. Then he finished. He was going on the sofa without taking his own plate, you know. And my father was asking me, take your brother's plate to
Okay.
the kitchen. And my mom was like, no, here everybody takes their own plate. Not because she's a girl, has to take his plate, you know? My brother's a chef, you know? Like, I mean, and he understood the message, you know? And now he's helping. He has a kid, he helps home, you know? Like,
Yeah, it was the same for us in our home. Like my brother had the duties like washing the dishes, cleaning.
be
Like
equal.
it was normal. But for my grandparents, it was like my grandfather was coming home. He was the only working, so eating, sitting on the chair, watching TV, going to sleep. That's
I think
it.
like we were kind of the generation who broke those roles, let's
Yeah,
say.
we don't give a
That
shit.
tradition, like,
Yeah, we do
yeah.
not.
I saw
50-50.
that. I don't want that.
Yeah.
And then my husband had it from the other side, and he was expecting it, but then he was okay, no, that's not gonna go like that. That things
Yeah.
change.
I don't say like 50-50 because it's impossible, but like, you know,
Yeah, it has to be a balance.
it has to be
Always.
a balance. And you know what else was like surprising for me? The difference, like when we went to Kenya for the first time, and we were going to visit my husband's parents. I'm like, okay, let's stop in the flower shop. Let's buy my mother-in-law flowers. And he was like, but she's not dying or she's not in the hospital. Like, why you want to buy her flowers? I'm like, it's a custom, that you bring with flowers. We have alcohol for your
Something
dad.
nice, yeah.
Yeah. He's like, no, 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 no. When you go to the funeral or to the hospital, you bring the flowers, but not in that way, I'm like,
Don't
okay.
kill
I
them
was a
before,
bit
yeah.
shocked, but now I know I'm buying something else, when we go.
Yeah. For me as well, like the difference we have, it's about the sitting at the table all together to have a meal.
Okay.
Right? We have a tradition. We all sit at the same time at the table. We had a rule that everybody eats the same. There is one food. Whoever doesn't like it, don't need to eat. You don't need to. Like this.
Same,
It's what
yeah.
it is. Like there's food today. Is this? That's it. But if we were at my grandma's, my grandma's was going to the kitchen and was making some fried egg with chips, and you could have that.
Okay.
But my husband's side is just like, I don't know, girl. They just eat whenever they're hungry. It's like, I feel like the table is ready to sit and eat. And I don't take me wrong. Sometimes like we sit all together and we eat, and maybe like when we kind of not celebrate, but we spend Easter together in Dublin, we will sit at the table and eat together. But for them, it's usual that the table is ready and you come in the kitchen, like, oh, I
Serve
feel like
yourself
eating
and
that.
then-
You sit, you eat that, you stand up, and you leave.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, in Spain, girl, you sit, you eat,
That's
and
the
then
time when you
spend
connect,
2 hours,
yeah.
and you spend 2 hours after you eat talking.
Yeah, we have the same in Poland. Like we sit all together, and I don't say about Christmas, Easter. That's
Yeah,
a
that's
must.
different
But
story.
like on the everyday, unless you finish work different time and you home different time, then you eat
Yeah,
separate.
then it's different.
But like weekends or any other day that you are together,
If you are all home,
yeah, you eat together,
no.
and that's important for me as well. Because the difference in Kenya, like for like big celebration, because okay, my husband has really big family and extended family.
You cannot feed them all.
No, you can't. And like, but the main shock for me was for Christmas, like the women were like on one side, eating, talking, and the guys were on the other side. And I'm like, when this party is starting, when are we gonna blend? Like, like I
They don't mingle.
it was a shocker for me because for Christmas especially we just sit all together.
Yeah.
Like it's a must, but I understand with like big extended family, like I don't know, 30, 40 people, you can't even have one big table, but like at least like come together. So
Yeah,
that
it's
was a big
different.
shock for me.
So in here, and even here, still like my husband, like we go to a restaurant, something, like, he finished eating, like, can we pay? Like, can you relax? Like, I mean, can I have a coffee? I mean, are you
came
gonna
here
have a
to
coffee?
eat.
Can I pay? And I'm like, are we rushing somewhere? Like, you're stressing me out. So the first time we go out for dinner without the kids, like 1 hour, we're back home. And my mom is like, what are you doing here? I'm like,
We just ate, paid, and left.
I don't know. Yeah.
How is like how is it with your family and your husband's family? Are they like tight and close? Like I know your family, your mom, your brother, and the cousins. You are close because for me, we are close with my Polish family, and we know about each other a lot. And versus my husband, they are very close to each other in terms like they will do anything for each other, but they don't know much about their private lives. Like they keep it very separate, very private.
But maybe, as you say, because there are too many.
Yeah, but still like
You cannot remember which one was the one who, like, who fell yesterday or,
Yeah, but
stuff like
I
that.
guess your family would know that your brother has a pregnant girlfriend, not when she's like 7 months pregnant, right? A little bit earlier.
Yeah.
There is like,
It's a
oh,
bit
by the
shocking,
way,
huh? By the way,
I have
this
a
is my
child.
son.
Yeah, I'm like, how? Like,
When were you pregnant?
I don't know if I could keep the secret from my parents for one day like that, like.
Yeah. No, for us, like, it's more like we are kind of small family. My set is like, it's my mom and my brother, and like, we have some cousins, but they're cousins of my mom. Mm-hmm. We call them auntie or uncle, but they are not really, but we are close. We were with them since we were small. So, and it's something like with them, it's not that we explain them, like, I don't know, something happened in the family, we explain them, If we go see them and then that comes up, we talk about it. But it's not that we call them or we go there, listen, that this happened,
But between you and your brother and your mom, you kind of... The main event of your life, let's say.
Yes, the main events, yes. But my brother is like, it's a bit like...
Outsider?
Yeah, totally.
Okay,
Totally.
I get it.
But because he lives like kind of far, it's not far, but it's not like you can go in 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. And he works very weird shifts, so it's difficult as well to meet or to know when you can call him or stuff like that. We meet, like we try to meet as many times as we can, and even more since they have the kid, for my kids and his to spend time together, But we barely manage once a month.
Okay.
So we meet at my mom's, we have some lunch, and and we spend some time together. Or for birthdays, we try to work it out.
But you remember the birthday, the dates, because for my husband family, I'm reminding him.
We have a group, like,
okay.
We have family group, like my mom, my husband that never participate in the group.
He's there.
Yeah, he's there. My brother, his girlfriend, and like, because now we have kids, so we put updates of the kids in there, theirs and ours, and that's the thing. But when you have, as I say, like because I'm working, because I have the 2 kids, because I have the house, like, you don't get much time to do anything, So yeah, I would like to meet them more often, but it's a bit more difficult.
Yeah, we meet my husband's family every 2-3 years, and my family every few months. But just because they are closer, distance-wise, yeah.
Like with my husband's family, like it's very expensive to fly 4 family members somewhere. I don't know, like from here to Romania, it's crazy. It's very expensive.
Same to Kenya, it's like.
And then if you try to go like for Christmas, or you try to go like some kind of dates, like it's impossible. No? And then what are you gonna spend like 4,000 euro to go there for 5 days?
Yeah, well, if we go to Kenya, we go for 2-3 weeks, because you spend that much money and it's a long flight. So
I think we've been there like with the oldest one, we've been there twice, and then the second time we've been there, like we already had 2, like with the 2 kids. So we went to see some family members that they were in our wedding. We went for them to meet the kids. Like it was nice, but like we don't see them often. I'll say maybe once a year, if
Yeah, okay. For us, we live in Germany, so it's not my country, it's not my husband's country, which on the one hand is not so great, because when we were thinking about having second child, it would be easier and better for us to have the small village to help us.
We really need it.
But on the other hand, it's kind of our small cocoon that nobody is poking their noses to. So we kind of happy in our like independent place,
Okay, well, I think we have to leave it here for today.
Definitely, please. It's already tomorrow.
There's no time. Okay. I hope you enjoy and sharing our experience. It helped you to feel less alone, maybe. and to relate yourself to what we're talking about here.
Yeah, that's true. And we always very thankful for your presence here and for your comments, likes, and subscriptions.
I
So
want to say thank you one more time to choose Unfiltered Mumiverse, and
let us know your thoughts and how we can improve, or
Yes.
what you would like to hear about next.
please let us know in social media. Now, take care.
Be kind to yourself. Always.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.